It breaks my heart to see how many of you are losing sleep over your upcoming green card interview. I've read your messages, and I can feel the pure anxiety. You are terrified of the officer sitting across from you. But the truth is, by the time you walk into that room, the most dangerous part of your interview has already happened. You are worrying about a person, but in 2026, you should be worrying about the machine. In 2026, the USCIS has fully deployed the Evidence Classifier. This is a high-level AI system that audits your entire digital and financial life before you even receive your interview notice. This AI isn't just looking at your forms, it's looking for data parity, cross-referencing your tax transcripts, your LinkedIn profile, and even your geolocation data against your sworn statements. If there is even a 1% mismatch, the AI flags your file for a technical audit, which often leads to an immediate denial. Today, I am going to show you the exact questions this AI is generating for officers and how you can proof your testimony to survive the 2026 audit. Welcome to U.S. Immigration News Daily. We deliver verified, actionable updates on USCIS and visa policy every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. No rumors, no jargon, just the facts to protect your status. Let's get straight to the facts. Before we dive into the technical details, this is a necessary legal disclaimer. This information is for educational and news purposes only. It does not constitute legal advice and does not create an attorney-client relationship. Immigration policy in 2026 is extremely volatile due to the shift toward AI-driven adjudication systems and recent funding lapses. Every case is unique, and you should always consult with a licensed immigration professional or attorney regarding your specific situation. With those legal boundaries established, we need to look at the new landscape of 2026. The rules haven't just changed, the eyes watching you have changed. We are moving from human oversight to machine precision. Section 1. The 2026 AI Audit Reality. To understand the questions you will face in 2026, you must understand the AI Evidence Classifier. Gone are the days when an officer simply flipped through a paper file to see if your marriage was real or your job was legitimate. Today, the USCIS uses an AI backbone integrated into the ELIS, the Electronic Information System. The Evidence Classifier performs what we call a deep data scrape. It looks for inconsistencies in your SOC codes, that's your standard occupational classification, and compares them to your actual day-to-day duties reported in other public filings. The system is programmed to detect changes in profile, job duties, and even salary levels across different agencies. If you told the USCIS you are a systems analyst, but your tax filings or your H-1B labor condition application suggests you are performing the duties of a programmer analyst, the AI flags this as a material misrepresentation before the interview even starts. The AI also tracks physical presence parity. It scans your travel history via I-94 records and cross-references them with your reported addresses. But in 2026, it goes further. It pulls from passport activity and license plate readers to determine where you actually spend your time. If the AI detects that your vehicle or your bank transactions occurred consistently in a different city than your reported residence, the officer will lead with questions designed to trap you in a lie regarding your domicile. This is not a drill. Alignment of documents is now the single most crucial factor in your approval. I'm tracking this data every day so you don't have to. If you want to make sure you never miss a technical shift like this, join the community now. Hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. Section 2. Top 10 Technical Questions and Analysis. Now let's get into the top 10 questions being generated by the Evidence Classifier in 2026. These are technical traps designed to trigger an automated denial if your answer deviates from the digital record. Question 1. Can you describe your specific daily technical duties and how they align with the SOC code listed on your I-140? This is the most dangerous question for employment-based applicants. The AI has already flagged your specialized knowledge level based on your prevailing wage data. If your answer is too generic, the officer will document a mismatch. You must speak in terms of the specific technical requirements of your labor condition application. Don't just say, "I work in IT." Describe the architecture, the tools, and the specific level of responsibility that justifies your EB2 or EB3 classification. Question 2. Our records show a discrepancy in your residence history. Why was your primary financial activity centered in a different metropolitan area than your listed home? This is the AI using financial footprint data. If you claim to live in New Jersey but all your grocery and gas station transactions happened in New York, the AI knows. You must have a technical explanation ready, perhaps a temporary project or a family emergency, and it must be backed by documentation. In 2026, the intent to live in a place is secondary to where the machine sees you spending money. Question 3. During your last entry on your visa, you stated your intent was X, but your history shows Y. Why the change? The evidence classifier is now performing intent audits. It looks at the timeline of your actions versus your visa type. If you filed for an adjustment of status too quickly after an entry that didn't allow dual intent, the AI flags the 30, 60, 90-day rule violations automatically. You need to explain the unforeseen circumstances that changed your intent after entry. Question 4. Why does your reported income on your W-2 does not align with the prevailing wage for your specific metropolitan statistical area? The machine is cross-referencing DOL wage data in real time. If your employer is underpaying you based on the AI's current market rate audit, the USCIS may suspect labor fraud. You need to explain any bonuses, 401k contributions, or deductions that might make your net income look lower than the prevailing wage. Have your pay stubs and tax transcripts ready to provide context to the machine's raw numbers. Question 5. We noticed your social media profile lists a different job title than your I-485. Which one is accurate? Yes, the AI scans LinkedIn and other professional platforms. If your LinkedIn says director, but your green card application says specialist because that's what the PERM was for, you are in a consistency trap. This is a consistency audit. You must ensure all digital footprints are aligned before the interview. If they aren't, you must be prepared to explain that your social media title is a functional title, while your I-485 uses the adjudicative title. Question 6. Can you provide the specific project names and client lists for the period of your bench time in 2025? For those in the consulting industry, the evidence classifier is looking for gaps in maintenance of status. If the AI detects a period where no payroll taxes were filed, it flags an unauthorized employment or out-of-status period. You must have project letters and client contracts ready to prove you were in a bona fide employee-employer relationship during that time. Question 7. Why did your spouse's address history not update simultaneously with yours during the last 3 years? In marriage-based cases, the AI looks for co-mingled domicile. If you move, but your spouse's driver's license still shows the old address for 6 months, the machine flags this as a marriage fraud indicator. You must explain the delay. Was it due to work, schooling, or simple administrative lag? The machine doesn't understand moving is stressful. It only understands data points. Question 8. Your tax transcripts show a Form 1099 from a secondary source. Did you obtain specific work authorization for this? The AI is now linked directly to IRS data sharing. It sees every Form 1099. If you did side gigs like delivery apps or freelance coding without an EAD or specific authorization, the AI will trigger a Section 245-I bar calculation automatically. This is a technical death sentence for many applications. You must be honest, but you must also know how to apply for the 245K exception if you qualify. Question 9. Explain the source of the large wire transfer into your account last year. AI is flagging public charge risks. They are looking for undocumented income that might suggest you are a risk to the U.S. economy. If you received a gift from parents abroad, you need a signed, dated gift letter and proof of the transfer path. If you can't trace the money, the machine assumes it's under-the-table work. Question 10. Based on the evidence classifier audit, your degree doesn't traditionally lead to this role. How do you justify your eligibility? This is a degree-to-job mapping audit. The AI uses educational databases to see if your degree in mechanical engineering legitimately qualifies you for a software architect role. If the mapping is low confidence, the officer is instructed to conduct a deep dive. You must be prepared to show your transcripts and highlight specific coursework that justifies your specialized knowledge. Section 3. Marriage versus employment triggers, trap avoidance. In 2026, the traps have shifted significantly. For employment-based applicants, the biggest trigger is job portability under AC 21. If you change jobs, the AI checks if the new job is in the same or similar occupational classification. If the SOC code in the new job's I-485 Supplement J is even slightly off from the original I-140, the machine flags it for technical rejection. You must ensure your attorney has used the AI-friendly keywords in that Supplement J to ensure the machine gives a high-confidence pass. For marriage-based applicants, the AI is now looking at social proof and digital interaction parity. Does the AI see both of you tagged in the same locations? Do you share a family phone plan? Do your utility bills show both names for more than 12 consecutive months? If the data density of your shared life is low, the AI will recommend a Stokes interview, the dreaded separate room interrogation. You are not just proving your love, you are proving your shared digital existence. The secret to beating the 2026 audit is documentation oversupply. You cannot just bring what the notice asks for. You must bring the technical proof, the tax transcripts, the original LCA, the specialized knowledge letters, and the geolocation history that proves the AI's low confidence flags are wrong. You are there to correct the machine's mistakes with human context. Before we close, here is your 60-second audit checklist to ensure you survive the 2026 evidence classifier. SOC alignment. Does your description of daily duties match the technical requirements of your I-140 or LCA exactly? Financial footprint. Does your bank and grocery transaction history align 100% with your reported city of residence? Digital trace. Is your public professional profile identical to the job title listed on your green card application? Evidence oversupply. Do you have the tax transcripts, project letters, and geolocation logs ready to correct the machine's mistakes? If you can't check all 4 boxes today, you are at high risk for a technical denial. The 2026 green card interview is a battle of data. The AI evidence classifier is a formidable opponent, but it is a machine. It lacks context. Your job is to provide that context through verified, actionable facts. Don't go into that room unprepared. Review your SOC codes, audit your own social media, and ensure your financial footprint matches your sworn statements. If you found this technical breakdown helpful, please share it with others in the community who are facing their interviews this month. We are all in this together. Staying informed is the single most important thing you can do to protect your status in the United States. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next broadcast.